Imagine this. Monday morning. You walk into the office, coffee in hand, ready to suffer through another week like a responsible adult. And then your manager calls a meeting. We're promoting Sarah. Sarah, who used to take 3 days to write a report. Sarah, who once sent an email with 4 typos and a wrong attachment. That Sarah. You ask how. Your manager smiles and says she's been using AI. And there's Bob, sitting across from you, confused, sweating slightly. Bob has been in this company for 11 years. Bob does not use AI. Bob also still prints emails and files them in a binder. Don't be Bob. Here's what most people don't realize. AI isn't coming for your life someday in the future. It's already here. It's already in your phone, your email, your Netflix recommendations, your Spotify playlist, the ads following you around the internet trying to sell you shoes you looked at once at 2 a.m. AI is already everywhere. The only question is, are you using it? Or is it just being used on you? Over 400 million people use ChatGPT every week. Not scientists, not tech geniuses, regular people, parents, students, realtors, plumbers. A grandmother in Ohio is using AI to write birthday cards for her grandkids. Well, I made that up, but it could be true. And that's the point. The tools that used to cost millions of dollars, tools that only Fortune 500 companies could afford, are now free, or close to it. And most people are walking past them like they're spam email. Let me introduce you to 5 real people. Well, fictional. But you'll recognize them immediately because one of them is probably you. There's Maya, a college student drowning in assignments, surviving on energy drinks and anxiety. There's Diane, a mom of 3 who hasn't finished a sentence since 2019. There's Marcus, a mid-level employee who spends 4 hours a day on tasks he hates. There's James, a small business owner who knows his product is great, but nobody can find him online. And then there's Bob. Bob doesn't believe in AI. Bob also didn't believe in smartphones until 2017. Bob is a warning label wearing khaki pants. Let's follow all 5 of them and watch what happens when 4 of them discover AI and Bob doesn't. Maya has a 12-page research paper due Friday. It's Wednesday night. She hasn't started. Old Maya would have spent 6 hours staring at a blank Google Doc, written 2 paragraphs, cried a little, then submitted something at 11:59 p.m. that she'd pretend she was proud of. New Maya opens ChatGPT. She types, "Help me outline a 12-page research paper on climate change policy. Include key arguments, counter-arguments, and suggested sources." In 12 seconds, she has a complete outline. 12 seconds. She doesn't copy it. She uses it as a scaffold. She writes her own paper. She finishes by 9 p.m., gets an A-. Meanwhile, Bob's nephew spent 4 hours on the introduction, gave up, and submitted something he described as creative. It was not creative. It was sad. Studies show students who use AI as a learning tool improve their grades by up to 30%. AI isn't replacing thinking. It's making your thinking faster and sharper. Like a personal tutor available at 3 a.m. who never gets tired and never judges your questions. Now let's check on Diane. Diane has 3 kids aged 4, 7, and 11. Her 4-year-old thinks sleep is optional. Her 11-year-old is going through a phase. Diane also has a full-time job, a house that apparently cleans itself. No, wait, it does not clean itself. And a meal plan that consists of whatever's in the fridge and hope. One day, Diane discovers AI. She types, "I have 3 kids, ages 4, 7, and 11. Plan a week of healthy meals under $150 that even picky eaters will actually eat, with a grocery list organized by aisle." Within seconds, a full week of meals. Grocery list. Organized. By aisle. She nearly cried. Real tears. happy tears. Then she asks AI to help her son with his science project. Then she uses it to draft a firm but polite email to her son's teacher. Then she asks it for age-appropriate responses to her 11-year-old's phase. AI becomes her co-parent, her assistant, her sanity. Marcus works in marketing. Every week, Marcus writes the same 3 reports, copies the same data, formats the same spreadsheet, writes variations of the same email. Repeat forever until retirement or existential crisis, whichever comes first. Then Marcus discovers AI automation. Tasks that took Marcus 20 hours a week now take 6. He gets 14 hours back every week. Every week. What does Marcus do with those 14 hours? He learns more skills, gets better at his job, starts a side project, becomes the most productive person on his team. 6 months later, Marcus gets promoted. Bob does not get promoted. Bob is still formatting the same spreadsheet he's been formatting since the Obama administration. Workers who use AI tools report being up to 40% more productive. That's not a rounding error. That's an entire day reclaimed every week. James makes the best barbecue in his city. The problem? Nobody knows James exists. He has 47 followers on Instagram. 3 of them are family members. 1 is a bot that sells watches. James tried writing his own website content. It read like a warranty document. Then James discovers AI. He uses ChatGPT to write his website copy. Mouth-watering descriptions that make people want to drive to his restaurant before they've finished reading the sentence. He uses AI to write social media captions, to respond to reviews, to create a loyalty email campaign. He doesn't know how to code. He doesn't know marketing. But AI becomes his entire marketing department for $20 a month. Within 90 days, his Instagram grows from 47 to over 2,000 followers. He's fully booked every weekend. Small businesses that use AI for marketing see an average 3x improvement in their online engagement. For James, AI didn't replace his skills, it amplified them. The barbecue was already great. AI just made sure people could find it. Bob has a business too, a small handyman service. Bob writes his own website. It has word art. Yes, word art. In 2026. Now here's the part that really gets people excited. Because we've been talking about using AI to do your existing job better. But what about creating an entirely new income stream? Someone just like you, no special skills, no business degree, no technical background, learns that AI can help create content. Videos, articles, social media posts. They start a faceless YouTube channel. They use AI to research topics, write scripts, generate visuals, and produce voiceovers without ever showing their face or owning expensive equipment. Month 1, $0. Learning the tools. Month 2, $47. Small, but real. Month 4, $600. Month 7, $200. Not quitting your job money yet, but also not your boss's problem anymore money. The barriers that used to exist. You need expensive software, a production team, years of experience. Those barriers are gone. AI demolished them. The playing field has never been more level. A person in a small town with a laptop and an internet connection can now compete with a company that has an entire marketing department. That is genuinely historic. And most people are using this historic moment to scroll TikTok. Don't be most people. So where's Bob? Bob watched all of this happen. He saw Maya get better grades. He saw Diane get her evenings back. He saw Marcus get promoted. He saw James go from 47 followers to a wait list. And Bob said, yeah, but what if AI takes over completely and we lose our humanity? Bob, my guy. The calculator didn't take over humanity. Email didn't take over humanity. Google Maps replaced the paper atlas and we survived. Tools don't replace humans. Humans who use tools replace humans who don't. Here's what happened to Bob. He wasn't fired. He wasn't replaced by a robot. He just got left behind. Quietly. Slowly. The way you don't notice a tide going out until you're standing on sand that used to be underwater. His colleagues moved faster, got more done, got recognized more. Bob stayed still while the world moved. Bob isn't a bad person. Bob is just a cautionary tale about the cost of waiting. And the cost of waiting is too high now. Here's the truth. You don't need to be a programmer. You don't need a computer science degree. You don't need to understand how AI works on the inside any more than you need to understand how an engine works to drive a car. You just need to start. Open ChatGPT today. Ask it something you've been spending too much time on. Let it help you write that email. Plan that week. Research that topic. Draft that proposal. Generate that idea. Start with one thing. Get comfortable. Then explore one more. The future doesn't belong to people with the most degrees. It doesn't belong to the richest people. It doesn't belong to people who had the best start. It belongs to people willing to learn, willing to adapt, and willing to use the tools available to them right now. Those tools exist. They're free. They're waiting. And the only thing standing between you and a completely different life is the decision to start today. So be Maya, be Diane, be Marcus, be James. Just please, for the love of everything, don't be Bob.